Hey, so I wanted to do an update on this year's Sire V7 alder rosewood, obviously black. I've had the bass now for I don't know, almost a week, and I've just about worn out the first set of strings. And I just wanted to give you an update because my first video that I posted, I had just gotten the bass and I was so excited about it, and So now I've had it for about a week. I have a gig coming up this weekend with a band, and they are drums, guitar, bass, horns, keyboards, multiple singers, kind of like a wedding band kind of a thing. I went to the first rehearsal. I'm substituting for a bass player. And I went to first rehearsal and was able to really hear this bass go up against all of those things. And man, did I walk away happy. There are so many videos of this bass and everybody's slapping away on it, doing all the Marcus Miller stuff, right? And yes, this is a Marcus Miller bass, but not all of us slap. Some of us play in wedding bands, and we have to do things like, you know, I mean, we have to do that stuff too. And this bass killed it, absolutely killed it. I mean, I would use my P bass also, but the whole idea behind getting this one was that my P bass, I see it on eBay now for lots of money. It's a 1997, it's a deluxe, American, active, and people were asking big money for the thing. And so I figured it was time to stop taking it to gigs and stop scratching it up. And why not spend the small dollar on this one and see how it works out? And it has worked out. It totally replaces my American P bass as far as sound quality and cutting through the mix and having plenty of power. It's fantastic. You might hear my son screaming in the background. He's a video junkie. And he teaches me how to post YouTube videos. It's only my second one, so. But everybody's slapping. I want to talk about a couple other things with this bass. It cuts through a mix, and the other thing that it does is, boy, can it hold a note. I mean, listen to this. It just keeps going and going and going. Now, is that the high mass saddles? Is it the bone nut? Is it the quality of the wood? Or a combination of everything? I don't know. And the other thing I want to talk about real quick is that it feels great. Check this out. Alright, this is what I always like to do with basses, is hold it right there where the neck joint happens and see if it balances itself. This bass does. There are basses that are headstock heavy. Oh, I hate those. A bass can be heavy at this end. It's kind of okay because the neck stays up. This bass, like my American P, is perfectly balanced. Absolutely wonderful. Now on the American P, they had to put ultralight tuners on it. Not the prettiest tuners in the world. They got some plastic on them. They work really well, but they're not that pretty. Unlike these guys, they're pretty. They're pretty tuners. Done a little readjusting of the setup on it. I still get a little bit of a fret buzz on it. I checked the frets. They all seem to be level, but hear that? I think that part of it is because the string has the ability to vibrate so much on this bass, because it does resonate so much when you can feel this bass shaking when you hit a note. And that's only going to get better as time goes on. The only negative thing that I can say, the only negative so far, is that this pick guard is like printed. If you look really close at it, you can see there's like a dot. And I worked in the printing industry, so I can see it. There's dots. It's printed, which my guess would be is that if you got another tortoiseshell base, that the pattern would look exactly the same, would be my guess. You know, like this light part here and say, you know, this light part here would be the same base to base, where on a true tortoiseshell pickguard, every pickguard is different. So that's about the only complaint that I can give about the quality of this base. Everything else is fantastic. And the guys in the band that I worked with last night, and I'm working with this weekend, they all praised it. And they were all like, "Whoa, Marcus Miller." Oh, you know, they see the headstock and they're like, "Oh, it must be expensive." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, cool. It's expensive. It's a boutique. It's a boutique base. It's not a Fender. It's boutique." But we all know how much this thing cost. So I leave you with some yes. Guys, if you're thinking about buying one of these, buy it before Sire raises the prices on them, because they very well, I don't know that they would, because their whole thing is quality at affordable price, but they could if they wanted to, and it'd still be worth it. You could pay $1,000 for this thing, and it would still be worth it. Okay, so do it. Join the revolution. Peace.